TeamStrub, day 20. I'm here in lovely Wichita, Kansas with Principal Jeff Freund. Jeff, thanks for joining us today. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell us where we are and what you do.
I'm Jeff Freund. I'm the principal here at Coleman Middle School. We're a school of about 520 kids. We're the second smallest middle school here in Wichita, Kansas, and I'm in at the end of year 4, and we're excited to get our summer prep work going so we can get ready to start school again next year.
Great. And I'm here at this school because of the really great program you guys have called the AVID program. I see you got your shirt on. Let's tell the folks a little bit about what AVID is for those unfamiliar and talk about the role that it plays at Coleman Middle School.
AVID's a national college readiness system. It's kindergarten through post-secondary. It's in 44 states, serves about 800,000 kids. The true heart of it is it takes a group of kids who are underrepresented, generally first-generation college-going kids in the family, who have a drive and want to succeed, or who teachers see that ability in, and it gives them the support it takes to break down some of those hidden barriers and to get into college and to break some of those cycles. So anywhere you go that has the AVID program, you're going to see some things are the same, teaching kids note-taking, teaching kids organizational skills, some of those soft skills that everyone needs to be successful, but also you're going to see them being pushed and taking pretty rigorous classes, our honors, our upper level classes, and for some of our kids it's the first time they've done that, and really pushing them and bringing in college tutors and college students to model for them, but also then help promote them and teach them to be self-advocates. So it's a great program, very successful, and here at Coleman, we like to think we do the best job at it, but we do a great job at helping our kids and helping our teachers.
And we'll talk about how Coleman is succeeding with it, but the nitty-gritty of the program is it's essentially an elective class, or it takes the place of an elective. Talk about what exactly a student signs up to be in the AVID program. What does that mean for them? What do they do?
A student signs up, we treat it much like applying for college. A student has to fill out an application, and we look at their application and take their data and then set up interviews, and we interview the kid and the parent so that they know what they're getting into, because it sounds like lots of fun, and they don't realize the amount of work that goes into it, because it really every day a teacher's going to see that kid, and rather than take a study hall or take a remedial course, that kid's going to be in there and being pushed academically, and then be given the support it takes to be successful. So those kids are going to be working together in groups of 4 to 5, using a Socratic method to ask questions of each other and facilitate their own learning and be their own self-advocates, and take responsibility for what they know and don't know. And they do that every other day, and then the other days there's a curriculum that really pushes goal setting and long-term planning and college readiness and career readiness. So whether that's applying for colleges at the high school level, or prepping for ACT and SAT, or at our level, really exploring careers and thinking about what do I need to have and what's next and what schools have that. And then we take those kids on college visits, even the elementary school, but definitely here our kids will visit anywhere from 3 to 6 colleges in the time they're here, just to explore the campus and see what they have to offer. And
Wow.
it's a great opportunity to open kids' eyes and horizons to what they can do, and then give them the tools and abilities to do that.
And this relatively small school here in Wichita has been praised as a national demonstration school for the AVID program. That people and programs around the country are looking to Wichita and looking to your program. Tell us what it is about the AVID program and the principals here, no pun intended, that separate the program here from other AVID schools.
I think one of the things that AVID looks for is that, are you taking that philosophy of all kids can and should be ready for whatever they want to be in life, and are you prepping all kids for that? I think one of the neat things that my staff does here is they believe in that, they buy into that, and so rather than just have a small group of 40 kids practice those skills, all 550 kids here are asked and taught how to get organized, and we check that and reinforce that, and they carry their binders, and our kids here are taught how to set goals, and they all utilize Cornell University's Cornell note-taking strategies, and they all are using upper level critical thinking skills and higher order thinking skills to prep for their classes. And we've got some struggling learners, but even those students are still expected to use these strategies and use these tools to be successful. And our teachers here are very positive about that. They're very open to pushing kids towards their goals and providing opportunities, and I think we see that from the top down. So I think what sets us apart is it's a learning, a hospital atmosphere here where everyone's in this together as learners and educators, and it's all how do we help these kids.
And one concept that I was interested in, that I hadn't really seen before today was the idea of a teacher taking a group like Mr. Sessions, in one grade and continuing to work with those kids throughout additional grades rather than just saying, okay, I'm the 6th grade AVID teacher.
Yeah.
How does that work? I mean, do you see more success with the teachers continuing through grade to grade, that they develop a real connection with the teachers?
I think you see AVID there's no requirement, so it's kind of up to each individual site. Some schools will have the 6th grade AVID teacher and the 7th grade AVID teacher. Just in terms of our experience as a district with our kids and what they connect with and need, finding a way for that adult to stay with them consistently for 3 years, we tend to see a much bigger bang for your buck and connection. I mean, that truly becomes apparent. Like when you hear AVID kids in any state, in any country, talk about AVID, it's their AVID family, and that becomes their school parent, school mom, their school dad, and they're involved in every part of their life, and so they don't get paid extra, they don't get any extra compensation or time. It's another extra prep, but instead those teachers really find ways to connect those kids. They take them out on community service projects, and with those 3 years, then they connect with the families and the kids, and it's a pretty powerful connection that sometimes is missing in kind of a factory educational setting sometimes.
Great. So today, it's the beginning of June here. School is wrapped up. So tell us about the program that's taking place today.
Today we have 2 programs going on. We have our Summer Math Academy. The goal of that is to help kids either get a head start on next year if they're going to be put into a more rigorous class, or to help shore up some skills maybe they missed out at the end of the year. So we noticed that they got behind, or that they missed class, or that their skills are low. Give them an opportunity to make the most of the first weeks of summer to kind of reinforce those things in a smaller setting, and not the same homework and assignments and tests, but just application. How do we do this? Really getting a chance to connect and practice. And then we have our AVID Excel class, which is our first, we're kind of trying that out this year, and so that takes our English language learners and tries to break that cycle of lifelong English language learners and give them the opportunity to practice and use their language in a more academic setting, and really a lot of language acquisition, still with the idea of they're going to go out and explore the community, they're going to visit a college, and these are little 5th graders, going to be 6th graders, and giving them like a little AVID parent here at school to push that. And so for the next 3 weeks, lots of opportunities for kids to come in and take part in that, and we're hoping a couple more show up.
Yeah. So let's talk about the role of volunteers in the school as well. So how can someone watching in Wichita come make a difference for the kids here at the school?
Now, I think I'm selfish, so I'd love volunteers to come to my school and help my kids, and I think people can think schools just want money, and instead, we would take anyone investing time in our kids, and whether it's a lunch hour, whether it's all day, once a week, coming in to help my teachers in any way, whether it's as simple as clerical work to as complicated as being speakers and facilitating small groups. We look for that, and so anytime my kids can get role models and adults who take 10 minutes for them, it makes a world of difference to just open up those doors. And we have about 100 volunteers now, and any school that people would want to go to and volunteer with, they should do that just to see, one, the amazing things that go on in our schools, and then 2, just the needs of those kids and how we all are responsible to help all of our kids become who we need them to be, because at some point we're going to rely on all of them, and we'd much rather have them be beneficial and supportive than become a burden and a problem. And really, it starts here at school. We can still make a difference in the middle schools and high schools, and just taking the time to just go visit and be part of a school community is pretty awesome. Because once you're there, I think you tend to stay around and stick around.
So let's give you a moment. I want you to plug where people, first of all, can read more about the AVID program, and then where can they read more about opportunities that might be available at your school or in the district.
Cool. I think if they're interested in volunteering at the district, visiting the district website, usd259.com, coming and visiting our our Coleman website and visiting, then clicking on the AVID link there to see what's unique about Coleman. But then, you know, avidonline.org is the national AVID website, and there's lots of opportunities to get involved. Like I said, it's in 44 states, 800,000 kids, 16 different countries. I mean, they're going to be in Australia teaching their teachers here pretty soon. But lots of opportunities, and just knowing it doesn't take money, it's just a matter of time and whatever your skills are to give that service back to whatever school. And all of us would welcome people in with open arms to help our kids.
Sure. All right, last question. You got a national audience watching. Tell us something. What's the best part about living in Wichita?
The best part about living in Wichita is it's a really big, small city. It's a really small, big city, and I think what you find is people here work hard. They don't give up, and they really will help each other out. And so it's kind of a neat place where you really can have some big city amenities, but small town feel. And I think we sometimes take that for granted here in Wichita. We kind of forget what we have, and realizing we can get anywhere. We're in the middle of the country. We can go anywhere for the same amount of money, and you know, it's a great big little place. It's cheesily, there's no place like home here in Wichita.
Here we are in Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jeff, it's been fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Sure.
And we'll put the links up one more time. You guys can go check out more about this program. It really is a leader around the country in a little town here in the heartland of America. So thank you so much. And we're going to do a couple Snapchat questions, and we'll get out of Jeff's hair for the day. All right?